a website. There are other languages that you can use to create those different kinds of applications, but for our game, we use C Sharp. And C Sharp is just one way that we're able to communicate directly with our computer using certain words that a computer is able to understand to do something that we want it to do. So in this case, we're going to write a line of code to move our vehicle. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to help visualize moving this vehicle down the road. So if I actually select the vehicle in my project hierarchy, so now you can see it's selected. If I left click on this blue arrow, I want to move the vehicle down the road. You can see down in the game screen. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. In fact, if you look in the inspector on the right side, as I'm moving this blue arrow in our transform component, you can see that the Z is actually updating. And so that gives us a really good hint of what we're trying to accomplish. So if you remember, our transform component was the thing that was updating as we moved that vehicle in the scene. In fact, we can actually use the transform component directly. So if I just type in transform, and in this case, lowercase versus capital case T is extremely important. They're two very different things. The transform is actually an entire class, very similar to our player controller class that has even more methods inside of it. A lowercase t means we're getting the transform component of our current object. In this case, it's going to be our vehicle. So now that we're getting our vehicle's transform, what we actually want to do is we want to move that vehicle in that Z direction. So we can use a method using a dot. So a dot will help us get methods out of our different classes and objects. So dot translate. And so you can see here this is a capital T because this is a method just like our update method. And so what is happening here is we're telling our computer we want it to do a specific instruction using this translate method. We want to translate the position, we want to change the position of our vehicle using its transform property. Now, to tell the computer that we're trying to make it do a task, we need to use these parentheses. And a really handy thing that my IDE does, it is actually suggests different things that I can do and can autocomplete certain statements that I make if I'm trying to write code or if I'm trying to use a method. In this case, it's suggesting different things I can do with our transform.translate. So this here you can see inside of translate, there's a Vector3 Translation. So this is a parameter. This is a piece of information that I tell the computer to use to be able to do the thing that I want it to do. Now, I don't necessarily know what a Vector3 is right now. So let's see if there's other options. You can see there's 6 total options. And this one seems to be really useful. So this one actually says that it will move the transform. It'll change that position by the X, by the Y, and by the Z. If you remember, I was trying to move my vehicle on the Z. So what I can do is I don't want my vehicle to move in the X direction. I don't want it to move left or right, so I'll just type in 0. I don't want my vehicle to move up or down. It's not a plane or a spaceship, so that's also 0. But I do want to move it in the Z direction. So I'm going to make that 1. Now that we've added our parameters to our method and we have that closed parentheses, we actually now need to add a semicolon. And so the semicolon actually tells your script that the method is now complete. So you can think of how we use periods to end our sentences and close our statements. When you're programming in C#, you use a semicolon at the end of your method to tell the script that this is the end of this line. So now what this will do is update is called 50 to 60 times every second. So in a second, our vehicle will move 60 units, 60 meters in a certain direction. So now if I test this in Unity, when I press play, I should see nothing. Okay, that's not what we want to happen. Let's see. Get out of play mode. What did I do wrong? So let me just player controller. Oh, I forgot to save. So you can see in our project window, I selected our player controller script, and it looks exactly like how we left it when we first opened it. There was no information inside of it. But as you can see in our script here, we've added 2 lines in here. We've added a comment and we've added this method that we created. So the problem is we didn't save. Simple as that. So if you just press Control or Command S, now our script is saved. You can see now in Unity, in our inspector for the preview of our script, we can see those lines of code now. So now when I press play, I should see the vehicle move. There it goes. It's speeding all the way off the runway. And it's flying off into space. Maybe it is a spaceship. Cool. So we've written our first line of code to move our vehicle. So what you're going to do is in your player controller script, underneath your update method, inside of your update method, underneath the comment, you're going to write transform.translate, and then you're going to use an open parentheses, type a 0, 0, 1, close parentheses, and then semicolon. Now it's your turn.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is set the video. And remember, if you've forgotten, then it's just under here. And so we're going to go into Unity. I just need to get this set up. Just need to make sure that I'm sharing the full screen right now. Okay. So now that it's open, I just need to create it. So I just changed the layout so that it's easier. I have it preset as these layouts here, and I'm going to create a C# script. So if I go here, then go to create on the options of the C# script, and we're going to name it player controller. So that's what we're going to name it. And since my ID is set, I'm just going to double click it and it should open my ID. And alright, so the thing that we're going to do is we're going to make it so the car is going to move down the road. And so as the video has shown, if we do this, and you can see in the play mode, as you can see, I actually need to first do something. So what I'm doing right now is just the camera is in the wrong place. It's that my brother did the other part, so I wasn't actually moving it. So I'm going to get the coordinates for where I'm going to put the camera. Okay, so I'm just looking for that. And I'm just going to go to the main camera, which is here. And I'm going to like go there and just move it. The vehicle. So that should just make the coordinates like 0, 10 right now. But 5 seems okay. And I'm also going to make this 0. And then if I select the rotation tool, I should be able to just rotate it. Wait, I'm actually just going to move it away. It's because it's easier to just drive if it's in the top down view. I'm mostly going to move it away a bit more. And I'm going to move it down so you can see it. So that's a good view. And we're now going to go back into Visual Studio. And we're going to add the transform component and have transform.translate. And now that it's there, one of the things that we can do is just like show how far it's going to move, like it's in the video. So it's going to, and since this updates 50 to 60 times a second, it's going to move like 60 units. And
Okay,
if
before
I
you
put
go
this,
ahead, Joshua, 1 minute, I'll quickly explain this, what you've done in coding term. So as the video actually said, transform is an instance of the class transform with capital T. So the transform that you have right now is a class, is an instance of another class. Then you have the dot. So with the dot, you are going to use some method in transform, right? So the method that you are trying to use now is translate, and translate as Go is taking 4 parameters, which are the x, y, and z axis. So you are saying that your x-axis should be 0, the y-axis should be 0, and the z should be 1. That's what you are trying to do. Over to you, uh, Joshua.
okay, so Now, if I save it, it should work. And I'm just going to unselect everything. And so what should happen is that the car will end up just like going down there, just like this. And it won't actually like it is a so is a it won't actually fall off, and it'll just end up flying into the distance. And now we're just going to see what happens if I play it.
He's saying that
I accidentally wrote it.
yeah, transform, I think, isn't it?
It's because of
Yeah.
that. So it should work now. Weird. Nothing happened. Okay. I'm going to check that. So I'm checking the code, and I don't really see what's wrong with it.
Yeah, it seems okay to me as well. Is that supposed to be the program as supposed to be in the asset or in the packages?
Hmm?
The controller players.
It's supposed to be in the assets.
Okay.
So I'm going to double check that.
Can you bring the instruction out, please?
Okay.
So it needs to be
Yeah,
on the script.
yeah. I'm going to do that then. That might be why.
Not on the scene, in the script.
I know I have to create a folder.
Oh, okay.
So now it's in there. It might work now. I don't think that had anything to do with it.
Yeah. So can you go back to the instruction again, please?
Okay.
Go to the place that is talked about the project where it needs to be, the folder where it needs to be, not this one. In the project window. So you need to, yes, it's not on the asset in the
Yeah,
project.
but this doesn't work. I can't right click the project window. It only lets me do it there.
Okay, can you move it to the top then? Because I think it has to be at the same level with the asset. You can as well, I think you can do this on Visual Studio as well. Yeah, so No, further. Yeah, so you see, you can move it on Visual Studio. Okay, you need to delete that one.
There's still nothing.
No, go to the Visual Studio. You need to move that script to the top. Move the script. You see where you have the script
Yeah.
folder. Can you move it under the prototype? No, go to the Visual Studio. You can do it in Visual Studio as well. Where you have the script folder on your left.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there. There. Can you move it to the top? Drag it to the top. Up. No, to the top where you have the prototype A. Yes.
That did nothing.
Okay. You know where you have the prototype A, put your mouse on it. You can create a folder there as well.
Wait, actually, it could be because I already have one that's called player controller. So
Okay.
maybe if I
Also put
like that.
.cs, isn't it? I think you need
Pardon?
.cs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Does anyone know? This is how we debug the code now. So
I figured it out. There's nothing to close it. So it should work now then. I think I should get rid of this one. Then Hmm?
Okay, asset script. So the script should be under the asset head. So I think here assets. So the script should be under assets. I think we got that right now. So the script should be under assets. And we need that to top two S.
Um,
That's where you do it.
Now watch and pay attention before you do this yourself. We have our layout set up nicely here in Unity, so everything is nice and organized. We have our scene set up. So now we're actually going to create our very first C# script to be able to control this vehicle's movement.
Because of the camera. So I really don't know why. Okay, test it out. Because it's coming there, instead of going there. See, it's highlighting this one. Yeah. Yes. No,
That's because I can see.
So, control issue you play.
It's like the highlighted part. That's me. I set it like that.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Okay. All right. Cool. So I'm trying to figure out what the problem, because this should work. Yeah. So that is the issue, and why is not working. That I'm trying to resolve that. So, has anyone been able to do this before? I know Joshua has done it before. So, and it worked, but now it's not working. Okay. Let's move the other one. Where's the other one? There's that one. Okay. So let's close this. Okay. So this has got a lot anyway. So, but let's see.
Aren't you going to do something? You control the car.
Oh, okay. Well, then you should have done it in the other one as well.
I the other project because that's the one where we were going to do the first one.
Okay. Let's go back. Let's check the code. Can you check the code? And let's compare with the other one. So this one, okay. The player, okay. So it's got the transform. Where's the transform? Oh, okay. You've modified it. Okay. Can you comment them out actually and put the transform only?
So we're just going to test it.
Yeah. Just test it. Comment out the horizontal one as well. Important. And you've forgotten the semicolon at the end.
Should I also take away the floats?
Yeah, that
Wait,
doesn't matter.
they aren't being used.
Yeah, they're not used there.
The camera is going to follow the player though.
Okay,
It works here.
that works, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Except rigid body is on.
Can you remove? Okay, you need to delete the rigid body, right?
I can just turn it off.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. You know what? Let's try to do it all over again. So we import it and we try again. Hmm? So let's bring I'll stop the recording. So we start all over. So I think some people are also joining for the first time anyway. So, and that will be for today. Oh, it's already 6 o'clock.
No. It takes a long time to do it.
All right. So what's going to happen? I think we'll try this one again tomorrow. Unfortunately, this one didn't work today. So it's one of the joy of being a developer. So we'll do it from beginning tomorrow or from scratch actually. Is that okay, guys? So we start all over from beginning, how to set it up from beginning so we get it recorded. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So guys, so we meet tomorrow, same time tomorrow. We start all over from beginning. So please make sure you come tomorrow. So tomorrow you got opportunity to start from very beginning. So to the point that you'll be able to move your vehicle as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
I turned off the gravity.
Bye.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, cheers. Bye bye. Bye. Bye
I
everyone.
like that
Bye.
now.
Bye.
I say